we'll hopefully be all good and going with our own MacBooks at that point, right?
How things were changing through George Washington writing the press. That's kind of starting at this point in time. We've kind of seen the Federalist.
I applied to a couple of colleges. I applied to the UMKC School of Med, and I had to get like 6 letters of recommendation. And then I applied to KU, which is kind of hard because you have out-of-state tuition, so it goes up by like 10 grand. And then I applied to MU.
It's 29 grams.
You got 29?
Yeah.
You see what I had?
So I applied to MSU, and I applied a couple weeks ago, and I just got my acceptance letter. And I basically went online and filled out my application and paid $35 for it. And I filled out like basic information like what classes I'm taking this year and whether my parents went to college, stuff like that. And then I went to the counseling office and filled out a transcript request
I think the most important is once you've decided where you're going to apply to college, that you make sure that you're paying attention to all those deadlines and the important information about what information they need, when it needs to be sent, and where it needs to be sent. So once you have filled out the application, most schools recommend that you do that online. For some, there's a fee. For a lot, they are free. And if you are someone who qualifies for free or reduced lunch or just has a hardship with paying for that application fee, then we can provide a waiver. So just come and see me if you need something like that. But once you've applied, that's usually kind of the most information they need. They might need an essay. If you need tips on writing the essays or need, someone to look over that, I'm more than happy to help with that. Also, they will need an official transcript to go with your application. So we have these goldenrod forms. It'll be a 6-semester transcript request form, so that'll go all the way through your junior year. And then you just need to let us know exactly who that needs to be sent to, where it needs to be sent, turn it back into our office, and then we'll make sure that that gets mailed or faxed as soon as possible. So that would be kind of the most important thing. What I have noticed this year, a lot of students are filling out their applications, and then I will get an email saying, so-and-so has applied here, now they need a transcript sent, they've given permission, and I can't do that just off of an email. So we do have to have students physically come in and fill out this form and then turn it in so that we can send those and know that we have that permission from the student. And then another, a last point would also be letters of recommendation. So some schools or programs and even scholarships will require letters of recommendation to be sent. So just kind of having in mind who you need that to come from or who you would like to write a letter of recommendation and giving them in that advance notice. So a week or two if possible to write that in, and then we can always include that or send that with your transcript as well. So. Another important thing that seniors need to be aware of, and I mentioned this in our meetings about status letters, and it's been on the announcements, but is the senior newsletter. So every couple weeks I put out a new senior newsletter. It just has information kind of basic about what you should be doing as far as the application process, college visits, so schools that are coming here to Belton to meet during our academic focus periods, and those are always on Mondays and Tuesdays. It has testing information and then just, any scholarship information that comes across my desk or that I'm made aware of. So some of that can be on more of a national level. More and more are local scholarships. So those are scholarships that are guaranteed for Belton or sometimes it's Ray Peck or just Cass County students. So the odds of getting those scholarships are very high. So those are ones that you definitely want to pay attention to. But that's just something that is available. It's located right outside the counseling office. And like I said, they're updated at least every other week.